Welcome to ByteSize Bits. Today we're breaking down key quotes from A Christmas Carol and what they mean for your GCSE English exam. Let's get started.
This boy is ignorance. This girl is want. Beware them both and all of their degree, but most of all, beware this boy.
Dickens uses these symbolic figures to warn society about neglecting education and poverty. Ignorance leads to downfall. Scrooge learns this the hard way.
God bless us, everyone.
A famous line that sums up Dickens' message of inclusion and goodwill. Despite his struggles, Tiny Tim remains hopeful, just like Scrooge must learn to be.
A small matter to make these folks so full of gratitude.
The ghost of Christmas past reminds Scrooge that kindness doesn't need to cost much. It's a sharp contrast to Scrooge's early belief that money is everything.
Good as gold and better.
One of the best lines in the book, to show that people are more important than profit. Tiny Tim is as good as gold, a phrase that's now become an idiom for describing a nice child. But here, the language is definitely loaded with references to Scrooge's understanding of gold, real gold. Bob S. saying that the happiness Tim brings, the real value of people like Tim, is even more important than gold. He's better than gold, because he's a good person.
I hope to live to be a better man from what I was.
Scrooge hasn't charmed yet, but he's taken the most important first step. He hopes to be a better man. This humility is not something we would have seen from Scrooge in Stave 1, who was set in his ways and incapable of showing anything like insecurity. The old Scrooge wouldn't have tried anything he didn't already know he was good at. This one can have hopes, because hopes are, by definition, things you think might not happen, but might happen. Until we can accept that we might fail at something, we can't achieve anything new, and we don't have the right to hope or dream of anything. At this point, Scrooge may be hoping to become a better man than he once was, but he's already showing himself to be a braver one.
I am as light as a feather. I am as happy as an angel. I am as merry as a schoolboy.
There are 3 consecutive similes here, and each one relates to something specific in the book. His being light is a clear reference to the chain he feels that he is no longer wearing. Also, he is no longer the covetous old sinner that he was in Stave 1, and is now an angel of happiness. This one is interesting as it draws a clear correlation between being happy and being good. Dickens felt that if you were good, you wouldn't be happier, and the simile here highlights that. And he is merry as a schoolboy. This is a little more challenging, as Scrooge clearly wasn't always happy when he was at school. Really though, this image is more about the joy that Dickens saw in the playfulness of youth. Really, this is like Scrooge saying he has become young again, which leads on to,
I'm quite a baby, never mind. I'd rather be a baby.
This is the quintessential, which means perfect, image of Scrooge as having been born again. In many ways, the book is really a coming-of-age story told backwards. Scrooge starts as an embittered old man and becomes filled with the wonder of youth by the end. He unlearns what he's learnt during his life, and as he becomes more innocent, as he becomes saved. It harks back to that line when he breaks up with Belle and claims that he's grown wiser as he grew more selfish. But now, at the end, he has decided that he'd rather not have that kind of wisdom, and he'd rather be a baby. He'd be happier like that. And that's a few of the key quotes relating to social responsibility and poverty in this Bite-Size Bits section. These quotes are key to understanding A Christmas Carol and its themes of social responsibility, redemption, and kindness. Remember to use them in your essays to impress examiners.